Hello YouTube, you're watching another Tag Out and Drag Out video. This is your host, Jason Carr. This is Tag Out and Drag Out's top 5 low recoil centerfire cartridges for medium and large game. This is part 2 in the series, or otherwise known as the expanded version. To be considered low recoil, the cartridge must have under 15 pounds of recoil energy according to the experts. This is a very highly controversial topic amongst hunters. To be considered for this list, a cartridge must have a minimum of 1,000 pounds of energy for medium game and at least 1,500 pounds of energy for large game. Now, your favorite cartridge may not be in my top 5, and it doesn't mean that it's not good and that it's not capable. To be considered for my top 5, you must be able to find factory ammunition available and new rifles chambered in the cartridge. All of these cartridges on my list require well-placed shots with high-quality ammunition and place it on the vitals. I'm not saying that these are the best cartridges for moose and elk. I'm saying that these cartridges are the minimum that I would even consider. I would never suggest a 22 centerfire or 6mm cartridge for large game. I consider that unethical hunting. Using these cartridges, I can't stress enough, you must have a clear shot on the vitals. So who is this list intended for? Recoil-sensitive shooters who may have shoulder or back injuries, or aging hunters who don't want to give up their hobby. And I feel that just because you can't handle the high recoil cartridges, you shouldn't have to. Now, some guides and outfitters will highly criticize my list. Many would have you believe moose and elk are almost bulletproof and that only Magnum cartridges are up to the task. That if you can't handle heavy recoil, you have no business hunting large game. Many professional hunters and highly skilled marksmen believe use the cartridge that you're most skilled with, because that's the most important thing when hunting. Let's dive into the data. Number 5, the 2506, using 110 to 120 grain bullets. Using 110 grain Hornady ELDX at 300 yards, you have 1,570 pounds of energy. At 500 yards, you have 1,155 pounds of energy. This is the most controversial cartridge on my list. Number 3, the 3030, using at least 150 grain bullets. Using 165 grain Hornady FTX, you have 1,643 pounds of energy at 100 yards, and at 300 yards, you have 1,025 pounds of energy. Keep in mind, at 300 yards, the 30-30 has significant drop. Number 3, the 6.5 Creedmoor, using 140 to 160 grain bullets. Love it or hate it, it works. Using 143 grain Hornady ELDX at 300 yards, you have 1,658 pounds of energy. At 500 yards, you have 1,308 pounds of energy. Number 2, the 6.5 by 55 Swede, using 140 to 160 grain bullets. People in Europe have been using this cartridge for well over 100 years on moose and elk at close range. Many European hunters don't understand our fixation with Magnum cartridges. Using 140 grain SST Superformance bullets, at 300 yards you have 1,579 pounds of energy, and at 500 yards you have 1,196 pounds of energy. Number 1, the 7mm08, using 150 to 175 grain bullets. Remember, you're using the same size projectiles as a 7mm Rem mag. Many hunters use the 7mm08 in a lightweight rifle as an all-purpose rifle. This is the cartridge that I recommend if you want to hunt medium and large game. Using 150 grain Hornady ELDX at 300 yards, you have 1,784 pounds of energy. At 500 yards, you have 1,381 pounds of energy. As a hunter, I'd rather see someone who has lots of practice and confidence and accuracy with their rifle than a hunter who is nervous of pulling the trigger due to recoil. Flinch ruins accuracy. Please like, share, and subscribe. Happy hunting and straight shooting. See you next time.